Hey playa, have you ever been texting back and forth with a girl and started to get the feeling that she was losing interest in the conversation? If you have, don't worry. I'm going to share 5 definite signs that she is losing interest, and by the end of this video, I'm going to teach you exactly what you can do about it. For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single Monday through Friday, I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell for notifications. The first sign I really want to look at that shows a girl is losing interest in a conversation is that her answers are short and infrequent. Whenever you send her a message, she kind of responds back with one-word answers or just simple phrases like cool or K or thanks. And that can kind of send off signals to you to make you feel like she's just not as invested in the conversation. You're kind of writing out sentences or asking questions, and she isn't really giving you full-on responses, which can make you feel like, hey, she's just saying something just so that she can respond. Not really to be engaged, but just so that she can keep the conversation at least at bay enough so that I don't ask her why she's being weird. These type of responses can almost feel like pity responses. Like she doesn't want to be rude by not responding to you, but she's also not invested in the conversation, which is why she's giving short answers like that. They're short, they're non-descriptive, they don't really engage in the conversation. They kind of actually just keep it at bay. So what exactly are you supposed to do in those type of situations? Well, I think the best thing to do is to walk away from the conversation, to say something to her like, hey, I see that you're not really invested right now, or you're kind of busy. Talk to me when you're free later on. And by saying something like that, you're kind of giving her 3 options. The first one being to redeem herself, to say something like, hey, I'm sorry I was busy, but I really do want to talk to you. The second option being that she just flat out agrees with you and says, okay, cool, and just lets it be. And when you get those type of responses, you know that she's just not invested. You know to stop investing so much into that conversation, to stop worrying about it so much and stop trying to make it into something that it isn't. And the third thing is that you're giving yourself a sense of self-respect. You're allowing yourself to walk away and not be pulled along her chain just because you really like her and you want her to talk to you. You're able to walk away and you're not tied to it in any means. The second sign, which I'm sure you're all too familiar with, is that she reads the message or sees it and just doesn't respond. You see her little icon appear on the bottom that shows that she received it and she saw it, but she just doesn't give you a response to whatever it is that you asked her. Maybe you asked her a question, maybe you just commented on something, maybe you just asked her how she was doing, something simple like that, and no, you get nothing from her at all. And before you freak out and think, she didn't respond to my message, that's it, she doesn't care, she wants nothing to do with me, really take into account the simple truth that she might be busy, she might have seen your message and not know what to say to it, or she might have seen your message and is going to respond to it later on. By her seeing your message and not responding, it is a sign that she's not as interested because it's not a priority in her life. Doesn't mean it should be a priority, but it just means that it isn't. And that's something you might have to accept, especially if you're in the beginning phases of talking to someone. You're not going to jump to the top of her priority list of people to respond to. She has friends and family and other people that she might be pursuing too that are higher on that totem pole. So you need to work your way up in terms of being important to her, in terms of her caring enough to respond to your message as soon as you send it. The third sign that she's losing interest is that she blocks you, she mutes you, or she unfollows you. Anything where she kind of distances herself from you online is a sign of disinterest. Now, I know a lot of you might be freaking out and thinking, well, my crush didn't follow me in the first place. What does that mean? Or she blocked me, but then she unblocked me, and then she reblocked me and then unblocked me. What is that all about? Is it just a game because she likes me? I think if someone goes to the lengths of pushing you away, that's a sign of disinterest. It just means that they don't want to be around you, they don't want you to interact with them, or they may just not want you to see the things that they're posting. And that just means that you have to find alternative methods and ways to talk to them. I'm always recommending talking to them in person. I feel like that's the strongest way to build a connection, and if you're only pursuing them online or you're only trying to talk to them online, it's going to be difficult if they blocked you all over the place, everywhere you're on. The fourth sign that she's losing interest is that she starts to call you names like weird or creepy or even low-key things like you're a brother to me, or you're my best friend, or I can share anything with you, we're super close, I hope we never lose our friendship, things like that. The moment she starts to identify you as someone other than who she wants to date, you know you're on a path to either be friend-zoned or completely blocked by her because you're just too weird and she wants nothing to do with you. So what do you do in those situations? If she starts to call you things like you're a great friend to me, you're my best friend, you're a brother to me, you have to stop her right there in the tracks and say, hey, I don't view you in that way. I think you're cute, I think you're cool, and I want to hang out with you sometime to really get to know you to see if we can work. I think by establishing what you want right then and there and not going along with the nicknames, you either get a response from her that's on board with what you're saying, or she's going to say, but I don't see you like that, and you can cut it clean right now. Don't settle for an identity she's chosen for you that you don't agree with, because all you're going to end up doing is hurting yourself. You're going to play along with it and then later on reveal your feelings, which is going to make everything crash and burn a whole lot faster. And the fifth sign that she's losing interest over text is that she outright tells you that you text her too much. She doesn't want to speak to you that often, so she wants you to kind of limit your messages and limit the amount of times you reach out to contact her. And this one is something that you may have more control over than you think. Do you send her boring messages like, hey, how's your day? What's up? How's it going? Every single day? If you do, there's nothing interesting there. There's no reason for her to be invested in that conversation because it's the same drag over and over. Or do you just send her a lot of messages in a row where it looks and feels like spam? It's just, hey, how's it going? What's up? Where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you responding? Why aren't you responding? What's going on? Hey, all those different types of things. If you're doing that way too much, of course the girl is going to feel overwhelmed. She's not going to want to respond because mind blown, it's just too much for her to take in. Now, all of these different signs of her losing interest point to one thing, and that is that you need to change the way that you communicate with her. You don't want to send her boring messages or spam her over and over. You don't want to kind of get angry at her whenever she doesn't respond. You need to change the way that you perceive the conversation between the two of you. You want to send her messages that are engaging and fun and flirty, the kind of messages that whenever she receives them, her heart skips a beat and she starts to get that tingly feeling inside. She just can't wait to open it up. But now I want to know, what do you think? Do you feel like your crush is losing interest in you over text, that they're not as responsive, or they're just not as engaged as they once were? Leave your comments down below and we'll talk about it. The learning doesn't end here though. I have a bunch of more videos on texting that I think would be super helpful for you. I talk all about what to do when she doesn't respond, how to send the perfect text, how to flirt over text, how to use emojis, all those different kinds of things. So tap on the playlist right here on your screen, hit the thumbs up button, and go check out those videos. I'll see you guys over there. As always, love and peace.